Hello, friends. Tiana Smith here with TianaSmithCoaching.com, and it is part 3 of my 5-part six-figure launch boot camp, which has been going on this week, and I'm so excited to welcome all of you. Let me know in the comments if you can see me and hear my screen. Put a number 1 in the comments. Let's do a check-in, and let me know where you're tuning in from. So it's such an interesting thing when I do these 5-day boot camps is every day always is a little different, even if I have the same kind of theme, and I find it super exciting. So today I'm going to be talking about power positioning online, and this is really about that kind of luxe branding, messaging, consistency on social media to attract high ticket clients. So type the number 5 in the comments if you can get super excited and you want to learn about how do you position yourself at the top of the field instead of among the rest of the competition. Number 5 in the comments if you want to learn exactly how to do that. And today that's what I'm going to be talking about. I'm also going to be sharing my daily marketing checklist with all of you. If you're watching this live or in replay mode during this week in my Solopreneur Six-Figure Society, which is where this is hosted, I've given you my Six-Figure Club playbook. And in that, I actually am sharing in this round my daily marketing and lifestyle habits. So I'm going to actually lead with that and then talk about the piece of it, which is about your social media marketing. How do you really stand apart from the crowd? So let's get going. If you want to put where you're coming in from, where are you streaming in from, and what do you do for your business? I would love to know in the comments. This is a live training. I also will answer any questions during this feed. I'm going to do the presentation, kind of walk you through what it looks like on the day-to-day for my daily marketing, for me, and what I teach my clients to do. And just a heads up, this is organic marketing. And then you definitely want to stay tuned. At the end of this training today, in about 30-40 minutes from now, I'm going to be giving away 3 scholarships on the spot to those who are interested in my one-on-one or my group Done With You program. You know, a lot of this training that I've been talking about this week with the systems and the checklist, it does require support. It does require help. So I'm going to be offering 3 people a scholarship into one of my programs, either my one-on-one or my group. So you want to stay tuned or be ready to message me right away, as I'm only going to be giving 3 of those spots today. Okay, so let's get started and let's look at the checklist right now. So I'm going to share my screen and let's go do that. Share the screen. Okay, so again, let's do a little review of this week, okay? And just remember, if you're also interested in the prizes that I've been offering this week, some gift cards coming out. Today I'm going to be announcing our most engaged so far in the group. She's going to win a $25 gift card to Amazon. I've got Starbucks gift cards, things like that. You need to make sure that you're commenting and engaging. And why I do this is really to keep yourself engaged, yourself accountable. Like anything in life, you get out what you put in. So this is a free training, but again, the exchange is your energy, your presence, your commitment to yourself. So let's rock it. So here's our 6-figure launch bootcamp. Day 1, we talked about the systems checklist. Yesterday, I talked about setting your goals, what kind of package you were supposed to do, your high ticket package worksheet. If any of you who are watching this missed this training, the replay is still available this week for free. Usually this training is sold, but it is free this week. You can message me if you want the private link. So over here, I'm just going to double check on my sound. Okay. This is what we went over yesterday. So today we're going to talk about what's your daily marketing checklist look like? Okay. So I'm going to walk through what each of these things is. And then I also have a weekly marketing checklist that I'm going to take you through. Down here is also a bonus kind of thing. I'm not actually going to go in depth into this week, but just to breeze over this as we go into this, because tomorrow is a different funnel training and Friday is. But I included this because it's really important to have habits. And I want to talk about, I've talked about a lot about how I lead with mindset. So running a business, awesome, Liz, so good to see you. Running a business is so all consuming. And, if this is your only stream of income, like it is for me, then it is very tempting to just do it at all times, especially when you're just getting started, or maybe there's a tight month, right? Or maybe there's an unexpected bill and you didn't save and plan for it. So it's very easy to get sucked into your business and to be working all the time, especially with these devices. Put a number 7 in the comments if you can relate to what I'm saying. So today I'm actually going to lead with some habits and strategies before we dive in to the daily marketing, to the power positioning, because I believe that the power actually comes from yourself, right? LOL 7. This is real talk. This is 6-figure launch boot camp. If anybody knows anything about me and any of my clients are on here, I keep it real and positive, not so real that it's negative. I don't believe in realistic numbers. I believe that all things are possible with God and that we can do all things. But I do believe in habits and mindset and being very intentional with your time. So I'm being felt to share with you some ways that I hold myself. I've put a number 8 in the comments right now. If you're interested to hear how I've been able to balance being a single mom, a solopreneur. I just brought on my full-time employee 3 months ago, Gerald, who's incredible. He's really more of a partner in my program. We're building some things together, and he's an employee and he's awesome. But other than that, I have built this myself to multi-6 figures as a single mom, and mostly in part-time hours. I do not work 40 hours a week, nor have I ever. Do I obsessively sometimes think about my business all the time? Absolutely. And that's the part of this. So I want to give you some strategies today. I'm going to walk you through the habits, because if you put your whole life into your business, then where's the time for love, for your family, for fun, for your body? And there were times when I was just really working on my business and I let my body go a little bit, and then I wasn't as healthy, and then I felt unhappy, and then I didn't want to be on camera. Raise your hand if you've ever related to this. Or perhaps you'd keep checking your phone for sales calls rather than being present with your spouse, and they're wondering, like, that's great, I'm glad that you're trying to make money, but what about me? So what I really believe in is a beautiful life. Okay, so when I'm teaching about 6-figure systems, 7-figure systems, why systems are so important is I really could not have even built them just because of time if I didn't know about funnels and automation. Because especially, you guys know, during COVID and everything, I was in California full time. My kids were homeschooled. I was able to pay and help and get a couple of days a week a tutor for my daughter. But man, I have no idea how I would have done that. I wouldn't have with these systems and survived and thrived. I just couldn't have. I lived in the middle of nowhere. I couldn't have even taken a new job if I wanted to. So, and I don't want to. I like to work for myself. So let's get into these habits. One is this, just some side note habits. I really recommend turning off all your alerts and notifications. I don't even have visual alerts and notifications turned on. The only time my phone is on is if, like, for some reason I know my kids might need me, or I'm waiting on a phone call for somebody. Otherwise, it is scheduled phone calls, and I take the notifications off. The one thing I leave on is my calendar. You can see it coming up here. Well, I don't know if you can, because that alerts me to what's coming up next in my day, so that I'm not like, whoa, So I do keep my calendar alerts on. But other than that, even texts and calls, I check them on my own time. I have WhatsApp Business for checking my client notifications. And I wasn't always like this. And I was training with some 7-figure earners who were really more into a beautiful life. And I'd been trained with some other 7-figure earners and even work with them, and they're just always on their phone. And I was like, that's not the life that I want for myself. Like, a phone is a tool. A laptop is a tool. Don't be a tool. Use the tool. That's one of my sayings I like to say. Like, don't be a fool. Don't like, seriously though, if our lives are like that, that's no fun. So what I'm teaching here is get in, get out. So when I'm about to talk to you about power positioning and about social media marketing, I'm saying it from a very intentional, this is how you can get on there. This is how you can engage with people and then get out. Because if you're on social media, if you have some allotted time that's just fun for you, no problem. Everybody, that's your life. But if you're like checking and checking and checking, that's not how money is made. Being in this, it's really a trauma response to, Pavlov's dogs is what I think about. You guys ever remember Pavlov's dogs when you learned about this? And this is what I feel like social media has become for a lot of us. And this is not a guilt thing. I don't like to lead with this kind of thing. I like to bring awareness to it so that you can take control back of your life. Put the number 1 in the comments if you want to be a self-controlled, self-disciplined, high-reaching person. In order to create whether that's music or content or writing or speaking or just breathing. You need to get out of consumerism mode and into creation mode. And when you're consuming this, where's the brain space to be quiet and to create? So what I'm about to talk about when I talk about a power hour of marketing is setting aside a non-negotiable time so that you can strategize, so you can have quiet. So you can think, so you can read, so you can breathe, so you can talk, so you can have coffee and think about thoughts and make new ideas, because that's how creation happens, is in the quiet. It's not by filling your brain, filling your mouth, filling your soul with all these other people. There needs to be a time where you actually sit down and you're like, this is my time to strategize my business. So type the number 5 in the comments if then you'd like some guidance on what do you do with that hour or two of content creation, of strategy. Have you ever struggled with when you sit down, you don't know what to do? And the truth is, you do probably know more what you need to do, but we're always told, because we're constantly bombarded with all this content nowadays. So I'm going to encourage you that this power hour of marketing, and I really recommend 2 hours a day minimum if you're just starting up. If you've not hit 10K a month, you need minimum 2 hours a day to do what I'm going to share with you to do. If you get it done in an hour, repeat, rinse, wash, repeat. What I'm about to teach you is I'm working on trademarking it. It's called my 3-10-10-3 method. And I'm going to teach it to you today, at least an overview. I go in depth with my clients. They get all my templates, but I'm going to share it with you today. And again, you need this time so that you can breathe, you can create. So let's do this thing. Okay. So this is your daily habits checklist. I'm going to walk you through this, and then we're going to focus on the 3 posts on social media, and we're going to go back to this page of marketing. Okay. But I really want to lead with daily habits. Planning your day is so essential, friends. And your planner or even a notepad where you're listing your to-dos, you're getting streamlined, your top 3 tasks, what really needs to get done. Gratitude and journal time. This is something that is so important, where you're starting your day with power. Again, why does this have anything to do with power positioning? Because friends, if you don't have your power in yourself before you go online to social media, you're losing. Right? Like if you just go into reactive mode. So what I'm telling you is, before you go into the marketing time, I recommend you spend at least 10 to 30 minutes doing these other things. Gratitude. What are you grateful for today? Journaling. What kind of thoughts come up for you? What are you working on? What are you strategizing? Affirmations, believing for more, believing that you deserve more. I have one in my program, which is going to be kind of my downsell program to one-on-one. And in here, I talk about daily money affirmations. I'm a money magnet. I easily and effortlessly attract high-ticket clients daily. Every day when I wake up, my inbox is filled with my dream clients asking to work with me. Imagine going through these affirmations daily in the mirror, morning and night. Do you see how, like, even if you don't believe it at first, start to try to believe it. Yes, I know law of attraction is not just words. It's not just affirmations, but they do help, because the words that we repeat in our head over and over make a difference. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. What is this? Screen layout. I'm trying to see if there's like a new layout. Let's see if I do this. I'm gonna go share screen. Can you guys tell me if you like now you can actually see? Oh, okay. It's a little different. Okay, cool. Do you guys like it better with this view? I feel like this might be a little bit small. Let's see if we do it like this way. Okay. I'm going to try something really quick. Okay. Let's do it this way. Okay. So let's come here. So affirmations. Then I really, really, really believe in exercise. Ideally before you get started with work, but at least sometime during the day, 30 to 60 minutes. Ideally, friends, our bodies, our lives do better when you have set aside planned times. I will tell you this, if you got up at 6 and you did all this by 8 and did all this by 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, did your power hour marketing, started serving clients at 10 or 11 a.m., whatever your time zone is, you will blow up your business. I'm telling you right now, I'm giving you the secrets. It is in your daily habits. It is in how you treat yourself. It is in how you hold yourself. That's where power starts. So let's start to go to your marketing now. Can you guys see this okay on the side? Can you let me know if this is a better viewpoint for you? I'm going to come over here and show this to you. So what's your daily marketing checklist? Let's get into this now, this power positioning. Okay. Posting 3 times a day. All right. Let's be real. If you can't take time to post 3 times a day, then you're not taking your business seriously. I understand that a lot of people teach a lot of different things. I just am in the at least go for it 6 days a week. If you hit it 5, it's fine. These are the 3 kinds of posts, okay? So the 3 kinds of posts that you want to be posting is some kind of business quote, motivation. This is all branded. So remember we talked about since day 1, I've been talking about branding. You get 2 seconds to grab someone's attention. So the colors, the fonts, the themes, you can mix it up a little bit, but it should be coinciding with your entire brand, right? So number 1 is making sure that that branding is on point. The fonts, the colors. If I come over here to Canva, if you can put a number 5 in the comments real quick, if you can see my screen, I just want to double check because I'm not in front of it. Like again, these fonts, the colors, the fonts, the colors. Everybody with me? This is your brand. This is the vibe you are getting. If I go to a Tiffany website, let's go to Tiffany. We all know Tiffany blue. I want you to start to think about like, will people know your brand as much as this one? See, it's the same fonts. It's the same Tiffany blue everywhere. I really like this bracelet. If anybody would like to get it for me, just send it my way. I will give you my P.O. box. Just throwing it out there. Yeah, I mean, look how beautiful. So it's all clean. See, even underneath here, they've got the blue. Like, this is not an accident. This is all done because they have a professional branding. Their boxes are blue. Everything is branded. The fonts are the same. If I come over to their Facebook, I can guarantee it's going to be the same thing. Blue. It's the same color. They're obviously doing a movement with, I love this necklace. I love this whole vibe. I love the eyeshadow. I'm into it. Okay. So you see what I mean? Like everything is blue. It's the same. Okay. So what I really want you to get into your head is when you're doing your branding, you're doing that. This color you see here is a color that's on all my branding. Now, sometimes I might mix it up when we're promoting different things that aren't jewelry or things like that. You can have some creativity there, but typically you're going to see if you scroll through all this stuff, it's the same kind of vibes and colors. If you come to my Facebook, if you come to my Instagram. So it's really important that you lead with that because that sets you up for Lux. If I went to like a kind of, we're talking about Tiffany, they're a very well-known brand, but let's say that like you were starting a jewelry company yourself, and let's say it was even handmade stuff. It's, okay, cool. So you like that share view. Thanks, Liz, for the feedback. You would need to look at your competition online. This is what I'm saying. Like we are all in competition with each other. However, sometimes people buy a Tiffany thing. They also buy a local artist. Don't ever let it discourage you. Just, you need to understand though that branding matters. So when you do those 3 posts, use the same filters on your videos, for example. Let me talk to you about what branding is also different than just your post. So then also a video, right? So when I do my videos, even these are the same kind of filters. So filters are a part of your branding. Write that down. Filters on your pictures, filters on your video. Use the same one. You want people to see the same fonts, the same colors, the same vibes, the same positive messaging. So obviously when you do different messages and you're doing personal posts, you can still brand it by doing a filter. Okay, so let's talk about these 3 posts. Okay, so one post is either a business kind of post, a motivational post, and then the second kind of post is a lifestyle behind the scenes post. That's where it's like, look, here's one with my dog. You write some little thing about your walk and you can share, like, people love to see behind the scenes on your life. You need to remember that they're looking at you like a celebrity. So this is what I'm talking about, holding yourself in a celebrity viewpoint. If you were following your favorite celebrity, what would you want to see? This is a really big part of my messaging and how I teach marketing. So I used to do marketing for celebrities and record labels and their artists, as well as other celebrity naturopaths and professionals and speakers and small businesses. I used to do all this posting for all of them. I would have to get into the mindset of what do their clients want to see? What do their prospects want to see? And you know what's amazing is it didn't matter. I really want you guys to listen to this part right here, okay? I'm going to clap. I'm going to get your attention. I really want you to hear this. When I was posting for like 10 different companies at once, celebrities, small business owners, big companies, random stuff, they like coaches, just like Pilates studio. I'll give you an example. Pilates studio is a local business, a 4-part gym that was the #1 in the area, a famous country music star, all of them. Do you want to know? The 3 things I'm telling you right now are exactly what would work for all those different companies. It didn't matter whether it was a supply warehouse. It didn't matter. This is what people want to see. They want to see behind the scenes on you and your life or your business. 1. 2, they want some kind of tip along with what they're coming to you for. So when I used to post for this like emergency supply company, I posted for them for like a year to help them grow their business. I know it's random. I was a mom at the time. I was growing my business. Okay. But so I learned a lot by that, working behind the scenes. And guess what? They wanted to hear about like, oh, what do you do in emergency prep? So I would do research online and post for them. That's content that's valuable for your clients. So my master's degree is a master in new media journalism, which is essentially marketing and journalism. And if you hold yourself as a journalist in your business, and let me tell you why this works for everybody. Because look, journalism is based on objective thinking. It's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be subjective. It's not supposed to be emotionalism. Good journalists are those who just present the facts. They're not spinning it with their opinions. So what's really exciting about when you come online and you really give facts about your business, you really set yourself above. Don't you love the journalists that you see overseas or local and they're just saying the facts instead of spewing it with their own opinions? That's what a good journalist is supposed to do. Facts only, no sharing their opinion, okay? So if you were like, hey, now what's really fun about being a coach is people want to know your opinion, but why I think it's actually impressive and important and imperative for you to learn to share facts without your opinion is it really helps people trust you. Don't you trust people more who are just like, hey, here's the facts. This is what's working. This is what's not working. Like, there you go. Instead of like, I think, I feel, I believe. Those aren't great, strong terms. Let's just talk about truth and let's talk about facts. So here's the truth, friends. Let me tell it to you straight. Video converts. And we're going to talk about your third post, which is video. Knowledge works. When you educate and inspire and give good content to your prospects, they trust you. If you're just spewing content and drama and just filler little fluff that's like, anyone can do that, that doesn't work great. Okay, what you want to do is really be intentional. This is your business. This is your legacy. This is your heart. This is your soul. Put it online and give people something of real value. And that's power. And that's why I said, we're not starting with the social media marketing. We're starting with your day. We're starting with your time. We're saying, turn off your alerts, turn off your phone. Don't be a slave to this. This is your slave. Don't be a slave to this. This is your slave. Don't be a slave to this. Don't wreck your relationships. Don't wreck all your business because you're looking at this instead of being present with people, whether it's your client, whether it's your kid and your partner. This is not okay. Now, this is amazing for doing business on the go. I've gotten to post live streams from Portugal, London, Paris, California, Texas, Huntsville, Nashville, all around the world, New York, because of this. Hallelujah. It's amazing. I am so grateful. And when I was a nursing mom, it was like my key to the world. But don't let it run your life. You run it. Take your control back, and you take your control back, not by waiting for a vacation, not by going for a hike in the woods. That could be a part of it, but by day setting aside quiet time, going to the gym, doing work, thinking, breathing, sweating, and then showing up in your business, then showing up here and doing this intelligently. Have a document when you talk about these kinds of posts that you're post. Go and do some research every morning. This is why I say do a power hour. It's not just 3 posts. You don't just go and do 3 posts. You actually can sit and think and pray and meditate and be like, what would I like to share with the world today? What would bring value and a breakthrough to someone when I post this? Let me say that again. What would bring a breakthrough to someone if I shared this? What can I share today that would help someone have a real breakthrough today, maybe even for the rest of their life? And if you don't feel like you have the knowledge for it, go do some research today. It's a tip of the day. It's not bazillion things of the day. It's a tip of the day. So let's talk about the video. Put a number 3 in the comments if you're excited, if you're inspired, if you're ready to show up intelligently and show up with power, first for yourself, because you love you and you believe that you have something to offer and that you need to pour into you first, body, mind, soul first. Then when you're filled up, go give it to the world. Okay, so you're going to fill yourself up first, and then you're going to go give this to the world. And that's how this really works with power. Okay, so let's come here and let's talk about that video tip of the day. So that posting 3 times, these are your posts. Some kind of quote. This is a very educational quote. We're actually going to go over this funnel tomorrow. I spent a lot of time on this and I've turned it into an entire funnel after I made this. Okay, so we're talking education. We're talking calls to action, client praise, and then a video tip of the day. Now, my friends, listen. I said, listen. I'm going to tell you some truth if you want to hear it. Who wants to listen? Number 4 in the comments right now if you're ready for this, okay? This is the way to really fill up your coaching program fast, okay? This is how it's done. You got to get on video, my friends. Whether it's a weekly workshop like this and once a week you go live, but really the fastest way, the easiest way to do it is to open up this phone into a 1-minute tip of the day in your niche every single day. That's your essence is on video. Everybody can make a post. And the truth is a lot of people even hire VAs for posts. I don't believe in that. I believe that you should never outsource your voice. This is your voice. You say you want to be on Good Morning America and you want to be an author and you want to be a speaker, and yet you're trying to outsource your social media marketing? That makes 0 sense. That's completely illogical. Your social media marketing, your email marketing is your voice to your prospects as you grow your audience to work on those bigger media outlets that you say you want. So why do you outsource the lower part of it and expect to get here? You must be faithful with a little to have a lot. You must be faithful with a little to have a lot. A little is 5 people commenting. A little is 5 people on your email list. But if you're faithful with 5, you'll have 50. If you're faithful with 50, you'll have 500. If you're faithful with 500, 5,000, 50,000, 5 million. You with me? It goes in levels. You got to prove yourself at every level, because every level has some new devils and you're going to have some other things to overcome. This is the truth of the matter. Okay, so you can go take the fluffy things from other people who tell you all you need to do is post on it. Like, no, that's not how this works. I'm talking about building a real business online to be able to afford a home you dream of, to have a pool, to have vacations, to fly around the world. I'm talking about real business that supports your family. You pay your taxes, you pay your community. You can even give scholarships to others. Put a number 7 in the comments if you want that kind of real business. You want it to provide for everything, to have retirement, to have insurance. I'm talking real life, pays your cars, pays your bill. Like, come on. Like, let's be real about what you want to build. So if you want to build something real, you got to be real with the people, and you got to really be present and provide some good value. So how do we provide awesome value? These video tips of the day go so far because people start to learn who you are. It's just so exciting, and it's so simple, and it's so easy. I am even happy to share. I do whole trainings on this. I actually have a whole training on this 3 steps, which goes in depth, step by step, what kind of posts, Instagram posts. And that's my downsell for this week. It's $297 rather than $1,000 a month, rather than 10, 20,000 to work with me. For $297, one time done, you can learn how to fill up your coaching practice in a month. Then you can rehire me if you want for more money. And I give you all these steps. There is no excuse to not fill up your coaching, your consulting business. Who is ready to get a little sneak peek on that right now? I'm going to give you a sneak peek into it right now. Okay, so let's go talk about this. So when you connect with people every day, so let's say you're doing your posts. Well, how do you get more eyeballs on your posts? So put in the comments, grow your audience, grow your audience, grow your audience. Put it in the comments. How do we grow our audience so more people see this? So more people comment. And I am real, like, over here on Facebook, over on Instagram, like sometimes I get 7 posts, sometimes I get 2, sometimes I get 30, sometimes I get 100, and sometimes I get 3. But the thing is, what is different about me is that I'm never giving up. So how do you get more new people, more new prospects? And it doesn't have to be hundreds or thousands. It could be 10 awesome new leads every week. If you've got, this is why we talk about high ticket selling, friends. Let's go to a calculator. Once again, let's get this calculator out. Well, it doesn't have to be a bazillion new leads. It could be 10 hot new leads every week. If 10%, let's say you got 10 new leads a week of doing, like, you add new people. I'm going to share with you how to connect, how to position this. 10 new leads a week times 10 times 4, I know it's 40. 40 hot new leads a week. Let's say that just 20% of them, or 10%, let's say 4 a month bought from you, and you're selling a $5,000 package. 4 times 5,000, we all know, is going to be $20,000. So do you see, if you had 10 hot new leads, let's say you added 10 leads a day. So this is part of my thing. So part of my 3-10-10 is adding 10 new leads a day, daily connections to grow your network. Okay. So let's break this down. I think people don't realize how simple this is. 10 times, let's say you do this 6 days a week, is 60 leads that you're adding. That doesn't mean they add you back. This is why you got to be consistent. Consistent over everything. Put a C in the comments. C for consistent. C, I said C for consistency. Let's say you did 60 a week because you're doing it 6 days a week. 10 times 6 is 60. Times 4 weeks in a month is 240 requests at least. Out of 240 requests, let's say you're adding people on Facebook. Let's say you're adding people on Instagram or LinkedIn. Out of 240, I'd say a good 30% would add you back. So 24 times 3. So let's say about 72, 75. Let's just say 75 new leads, okay? 75 would be new connections where they add you back if you're really adding 10 a day in a month. 10% of those who purchase, so we're going like 30%, 10% buying. Okay, these are about average rates for people. If you had 7 new sales from this a month at 5,000, 7 times 5,000, we know it's $35,000. You don't need a bazillion comments, a bazillion followers. What you need is to know what you bring to the table and how to find your ideal clients. Okay, so I'm actually going to share with you a screenshot of exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so yesterday I was in a group, and I'm in a CrossFit group. Okay, the women of CrossFit. This is what the lady said. She's in a group of thousands and thousands of people, right? This is how simple your marketing is when you're actually spending that power hour of marketing, these 3 posts. Then you want to go in maybe some other groups, some Facebook groups, some LinkedIn groups, and you're going to try and get these eyeballs on you. But again, if you're not having a good power positioning, Lux, consistent marketing on your profile, this isn't going to work when you do a post like this. But this is what she said. Here's the audience, CrossFit ladies. So let me break this down before I explain what happened here. How this key works when your power positioning is there, when you know what your offer is, right? Now, how do you go get new leads? Adding them every day on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whether it's through Facebook groups, things like that. I go very in depth on this with my one-on-one clients. That is some stuff that I only teach my VIP clients. But let me give you an overview of it. Then a Facebook group like this. Let's say you're a nutritionist or you're a trainer. This lady did a bomb job. I'm using her as an example. I don't even know this lady. She goes, hey ladies. So the audience, the prospects. You understand what I'm saying? Put a number 7 in the comments if you're following. The women of CrossFit. That's a big Facebook group I'm in. Not a paid one even, free one. Ready for this? Hey ladies, anyone else over spending a bunch of time in the kitchen cooking? I created a recipe book that is 30 meals in 30 minutes, and it's a freaking game changer. I'd love to share if anyone wants it. Clearly, this is her business. Now, most people aren't going to be aware of that. They think it's just somebody in there helpful. I'm still in, though. She has 100 comments within a few minutes. Okay, I'm going to try and see if you can see my screen. You guys see it? 100 comments? Okay. And that's how it's done. Now she has 100 leads because of a Facebook group. But here's the thing, she has to have that free offer, right? She has to have a way to automatically give them that's a free offer. And tomorrow and Friday, I'm going very in depth into free offers and automating leads and automating sales. And these are the systems I build for people. This might look really simple, but unless this woman has a plan of how she's going to collect all those leads and give them the free offer and then turn a percentage of them into a sale, this is just a great example. Put a number 2 in the comments if you're with me, if you're like, whoa, it's that simple. So like for me, I did a post on my own wall and I've had about 40 people inboxing me because I've been growing my online audience all these years. I'm very consistent. Even when I'm making good money, I show up. All money is good money. Even when I'm making a lot, this is the slight edge. Here's how you don't go into a slump. Are you ready to learn right now how to power position and make sure that you continue to grow your business instead of feast or famine? When you make $10,000, you still show up the next day and you act like you're at ground zero. That's called the slight edge. There's a great book about this, but that's essentially the concept. People who really make it, they show up day in, day out, even when they're making 6 figures and 7 figures, because their hustle, their hunger knows that like if you let it go, somebody else is right beside you ready to take that spot. So you got to continue to grow your audience. And it's not out of fear, it's just out of truth. Once again, truth. Remember I talked about journalism and truth? The truth is there's always somebody out there coming for you. And there's always somebody out there and not even just like trying to edge the competition out. So it's a competitive world we live in as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, but you can go into creative mode, not just competition mode, by showing up daily, by providing value, by being loving. But understand, if you're not showing up consistently, that somebody else is, and they're going to take that potential client from you. So to me, I'm like, I'm going to be the most consistent person. I'm going to do the videos. I'm going to do the posts, whether I'm making a lot of money or I'm always just going to make a lot of money though. Like that's just a belief I have now, right? So put a number. Again, I want to see the letter C in the comments because this whole thing is about consistency. It's not that time consuming if you're consistent. When it gets to be emergency mode is if you've not been consistent and you're like, oh my goodness, I need to pay this bill. And then like I look back through a client's feed or a prospect's feed, their headers aren't matching, their name isn't matching, it's really unclear what they do. And so of course, that's why you're not making money. So it takes all these steps. So this is why in the beginning on day 1, right, friends, I said, so we're on daily marketing checklist and the daily habits, right? I gave you these habits. But these systems that we started with, right? The systems of choose a consistent name, make sure it's all consistent branding. That's why I lead with this. Because if we're getting here to day 3 and we're talking about posting daily and you've not fixed that, it's going to be difficult. You're not empowered then. You're not going to be in competition with anybody except you need to get your branding together. And that's why I offer those things because they're just needed. Okay, so we're posting 3 times a day, daily connections to grow your network, 10. We said if you did 10 a day times 6 days a week, it'd be about 240 a month. Let's say 75 of those add you back. And let's say 7 are like hot leads and a few buy from you that month. You're making 20 to 30K every month just on one-on-one clients, let alone scaling your business, having some courses, having some group coaching to leverage your time. It's that simple. I'm mapping it out for you. 3, daily messaging and returning comments. Okay, let's talk about this. Okay, so when we come here, daily messaging and returning comments, 10 or more. Well, that means that every day, if somebody is like commenting on these things, that you come in here and you say, thanks, Megan. I appreciate you. You make sure you're commenting to everybody. This is part of that power hour of marketing time where you do the 3 posts, you add 10 new contacts, and then you make sure that you're messaging, you're commenting with people, right? So if you haven't been messaging or commenting with people, then you definitely need to do that. So let's say I do this. So I think I already replied to her. Awesome. Thanks for the heart. I don't get a ton of comments on Instagram. It's not the area of focus. I do get a lot of leads that then move over to Facebook for me, but I do get a lot of comments over on Facebook. So this would be like if I was going through my day and I'm like, And I come here and I just make sure to say thanks. And then you're messaging people. Now, when you're messaging people, it's not that you're messaging, a spam message. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in just adding people to something. Or like, hey, I know we've never talked, but hey, the only time the first message that I would write somebody would be a sales one would be if they had just added me, right? This whole adding new connections daily, and they asked me about a post they saw. Then I'd say, hey, so nice to connect with you. Yeah, let's jump on a call. Yeah. So this is just a very easy, simple way of going through it. Again, I have a whole training about this. It's called my sold out method, right? So it's called sold out. I have a whole course on this, and it takes you through a calendar system, and it's how to book out your coaching program in 30 days. Okay. So that's my downsell program. That is a bonus. Downsell meaning this is a program that I could sell for a few thousand. I sell it for about 300 to help people who do not have the cash flow yet to work with me in my one-on-one program or my group coaching program. Because everything with that starts at either $1,000 a month for six-figure club or, 5K, 10K, 20K for my other one-on-one programs because I set your business up. I'm essentially an architect, a construction worker for your business. I take you from 0 to 100K months. That's my specialty. And I've been doing it for a long time. And I'm really proud of what I get to do and excited to do it for clients. But I understand that there was a time in my business when I could not have afforded $1,000 a month or a $10,000 price tag. So what I offer now is this other program. So I offer the 5-day boot camps. But ultimately, what I'm doing through these 5-day boot camps is I'm saying, hey, who's ready to really make this go fast? And so I'd like to know in the comments who on here put 10K in the comments, 10K in the comments, like 10, the letter K. If you're ready to get to those 10K months or 20K or 30K, put it in the comments. Let me know. So here's what I'm offering today. I've got 3 scholarship to my one-on-one program. I've got some custom programs I have done for you work, like where we do your entire branding, we do your website, we do a free offer funnel. And then I also have one that's similar to that, same price point, that I literally work with you one-on-one and I take you through a sales offer. We're going to create your high ticket selling package. You still need all your branding, all this checklist stuff that we talked about on day 1. I put that in place for you. Okay. And then I help you sell your programs so that those new leads you're bringing in, you know what to say. You get to text me. You get to talk to me. You get Gerald, my tech expert on your team. You get to talk to him. We put all your systems in place. And then I also coach you on how to get to those 10, 30K months. Okay. So if you're ready to get to 10K in the next 30 days and 30K in the next 90 days, message me right now. And I've got some case study scholarships just for those who've been going through this training this week. I've got 3 spots right now. You've got to message me right now and say, I'm in, and we have to be able to jump on a call today to talk about this. And I'll give you the offer. If you know that you probably can't afford that kind of program right now, and just so you know, I actually believe anyone can afford it. I've seen people take out loans. I've seen people use credit cards. Honestly, even I've seen people take money from their refinanced house, borrow from a family member, and make all their money back and more. But that's only when you're truly serious. Because here's the truth. If something happened in your life that somebody was in a hospital, people figure out how to pay for it. But what I'm saying is be preventative. My boyfriend was talking to me about boxing. We've been doing boxing classes. And I was like, I have this feeling about it. Cause I'm like, I don't really ever want to be in a fight with anybody. And he's like, but Tiana, like, what if somebody ever did fight you? Wouldn't you rather than have to seize up in a ball or try to run for your life, be able to jab and duck and all that? Wouldn't it be better to be prepared? And the truth is, I actually have been punched before. And it would have been nice to have had some self-defense. And that's part of why I'm doing this. So why I'm saying this is I don't like to build something from a place of fear. But the truth is all of us have had things in our lives, whether it's hospital bills, an ER visit, maybe you didn't have full insurance, the tires go out, the transmission goes out, your kids want to go to a college, they want to go to a private school, you want to go on vacation, and you're like, I don't have the cash for that. And so what I really believe in with these systems in this business is preventative living in abundance. So rather than waiting for something to go wrong, we live our best life, we provide the income we want to make for ourselves, and then it's there. And so sometimes people, I see them like, well, I'm going on vacation, so I don't want to invest in that. And I'm like, you're going to go away for 7 days and come back to the same mess. Why don't you cancel that vacation? and spend that money on building something that's going to pay you back. And in 3 months from now, use your cash flow from your business and pay for an even better vacation and come back to your dream life. Sometimes you got to sacrifice a little today to build something for 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 1 year from now. And the other thing is, though, we don't live our lives on vacation, but you can live a life of beauty and of abundance and of power. And you can't do that, though, when you're living on somebody else's timeline and somebody else's dime. And so that's what I'm saying here. If you want to find the money, you'll find the money. I don't believe you can't afford it. I believe you can figure it out. And if for some reason you can't figure it out today and you're going to figure it out for 3 months from now, then you can have a different program. I get that too. Sometimes some things take a little bit of time. For those of you out there who have the cash in hand today, you've got several $1,000s on a credit card or bank and whatever it is, and you're just done with excuses and you're done with complaining and you're done with explaining why you're not where you want to be, send me a message. It's that easy. So I hope this was of amazing value to you. I'd love to know your takeaways. If any of you would like an online audit of your online presence, of these 3 posts of where you're going wrong, you feel like you've been consistent, also send me a message. I'm happy to do an online audit for you. Just understand I'm doing that to share with you my value, my tools. I'm not doing that for free help. I don't work for free, and you shouldn't either. I do that to share with you how awesome I am at what I do and that I'm the right person for the job if you're ready to scale your business to 6 and 7 figures. I can prove it over and over again, and I'd love to work with you if you're vibing with me, if you appreciate the value that I'm bringing, and you're ready to go to the next level. It's that simple. So you guys have a beautiful day. Message me right now if you're interested in one of my 3 scholarship spots and my case study pricing, and be ready to jump in. And other than that, you can also message me if you're interested in my sold out boot camp thing. I'll talk more about this on Friday. We still have a couple days left of the boot camp, but I wanted to give a few people a heads up spot because Friday I'm checking out. It's a long weekend. I'm giving you the heads up now. Let's get on the call. Let's schedule it now. You know that you want to work with me. You already know what it is that you do. I don't need to convince you. You know I'm the real deal. So message me and let's chat. Otherwise, I look forward to tomorrow's training. You don't want to miss it. The next 2 days, everything just keeps revving up and revving up. I actually have a brand new PDF for you tomorrow. It's not in here until tomorrow. It's kind of like a reward for those who've been sticking this out, stay in the long haul, my finishers, my people, right? The people who start something and actually finish it. Those are my people. I'm not into starting things that I don't finish. I'm not that person. I'm a cross the finish line person. If that's you as well, let's chat. And tomorrow I will see you on here for a brand new PDF, a brand new training about the 7-step funnel that will kill it like crazy in anybody's coaching or course business. And Friday, make sure you register. That's a Zoom live webinar workshop Q&A session with me. We're going to break it all down, the 3 things you need to go 6 figures. So that's the next couple days. Make sure you're in this. If you're not been getting the emails, if you just send me a message, me and Gerald will get you taken care of. And you guys have a great day. I can't wait to see who wants to go fast.